Hello friends, in my last video we have learned the icebreakers and the introduction of the author O. Henry. Now today's video we will see the short story of this author O. Henry, and the topic is the Cop and the Anthem. Let us see the story by O. Henry. In this story, the main character is Soapy. Soapy was a man who was jobless as well as homeless. He was getting restless because of the signs of approaching winters. These signs were that birds were moving to the south, trees shedding leaves, and men had a desire for new warm clothes. These signals made him fearful of the approaching winters. As such, he had a desire for shelter during the winter period. He came to choose Blackwell's Island prison instead of other places like the southern skies. Soapy then made attempts to get himself arrested. His first plan was to eat at a fine restaurant and then say that he had no money. Soapy thought that this would send him to Blackwell's prison for 3 months. With this plan in mind, Soapy came to a restaurant where only the wealthy people came every evening. The head waiter saw the broken shoes of Soapy and forced him out. Hence, his first attempt was a failure. Soapy then came to a second restaurant. After eating the food there, Soapy said that he had no money to pay. The waiter then threw him out instead of calling the cop. He had another idea to break a glass window with a stone. Soapy stopped after seeing a policeman arriving there. However, instead of arresting him, the policeman thought wrongdoers don't flee the crime scene, and hence he didn't arrest Soapy. Soapy made another attempt for his arrest. This time he began shouting like a drunk man in front of the theater. The cop thought that he was a college boy and hence left him. Soapy then saw the umbrella of a man buying a newspaper. He then came to the decision of stealing it. Soapy then took the umbrella and the man kept following him. Soapy then told him to call the cop who was standing at a corner. The man refused to call the cop because he himself had stolen the umbrella. Soapy then gave up all hopes of getting arrested. Then he stopped at his old childhood home. Then a sudden change came in his soul. At that moment, Soapy came to the decision of changing his life for the better. He decided to fight the challenges of life. Most noteworthy, Soapy decided to find work from the very next day. Just then, a cop came there and he asked Soapy that what he was doing there. Soapy then began to argue with him due to his new confidence. However, the cop took him and the judge gave him 3 months prison sentence on Blackwell's Island. So, the Cop and the Anthem tells us that in spite of the wrong things we do, there are times when we can realize our wrongdoings and change our lives. So, this is the very short story, or you can call it the summary of the Cop and the Anthem by O. Henry. After that, or after hearing or watching this video, go through the text first. Try to read out the whole text. This is very interesting story for you.